manto mu a wo TV stations bebree ho want to say obiara momozi no hwe Coastal TV na me ayadom Coastal TV so ye ko digital na chede bibia wo bia e wotuma hwe nsem bia bere TV a was baba nchichim bia ehia bia so was baba na nji sam bia so a mo waso ate na wo so etumi hu de obo yuma was amon se ba Coastal TV a na bebe papa obiara ongodo onhwe Coastal TV.
Where ni nonjo
Coastal TV, Jumedi Fufrayada by Yatunde in Puntu. It's about development. You discuss issues of national concern, issues of central concern, matters that concern Central Region and Ghana. In Puntu Sama offer Kepus, baby will be in Puntu Sama offer. Or your one and Asadi, there or Sade, or in Puntu, or the baby on the Yadin in Fubana Batanasi. The we are no other man. Or your one and Asadi, those in Puntu Baba Kepus. One and Asadi, those in Puntu Baba Central Region. One and Asadi, those in Puntu or Baba Gani Minara. In Puntu Sama offer Kepus, baby will be in Puntu Sama offer. Or your one and Asadi, there or Sade, or in Puntu, or the baby A in the P, and a Batanasi, women down of Pediara. Live ever Coastal TV. Coastal TV, your own face, your own voice.
No me yesi machara, yesi macharo. Mewe, fiti tanya fawudi, yesi mi atu mi yendu baby.
Coastal TV, Jumedi Fufrayada by Yatunde in Puntu. It's about development. You discuss issues of national concern, issues of central concern, matters that concern Central Region and Ghana. In Puntu Sama offer Kepus, baby will be in Puntu Sama offer. Or your one and Asadi, there or Sade, or in Puntu, or the baby on the Yadin in Fubana Batanasi. The we are no other man. Or your one and Asadi, those in Puntu Baba Kepus. One and Asadi, those in Puntu Baba Central Region. One and Asadi, those in Puntu or Baba Gani Minara. In Puntu Sama offer Kepus, baby will be in Puntu Sama offer. Or your one and Asadi, there or Sade, or in Puntu, or the baby A in the P, and a Batanasi, women down of Pediara. Live ever Coastal TV. Coastal TV, your own face, your own voice.
No me yesi machara, yesi macharo. Mewe, fiti tanya fawudi, yesi mi atu mi yendu baby.
Okay, mufanche mfidie ne yede adwuma enti sa na etie enso obibia dedam enti yebekọ na yede amono nsem no edi abramo enso ho transfers de bi ekoso kanso ana club friends no enso ekoso ayede nwansem no edi abramo enso wa yebia efisem no Ghana Premier League no yenya sponsorship enso edi ama league no yebedi hu komo bebri ket akasa sanso ana former players no ebi so akasa yede hu issues na eba sports minister enso akasa a yede nwansem no edi ebremu ewa ha media the Collins afrane na yebetwa enwa ba ye ba na yede amono nsem no edi eguo edi amam ye kwaba sisi a na yede nsem no edi eguo edi amam. Okay, Yansa mo bibia kwa ba bia manfambra Central Sports Arena live on Coastal TV, Facebook ye live ho sanso ana YouTube no so ye live ho Facebook no ba na wako wo segbo sinim wabo Coastal TV Cape Coast na they show wa like wa share ni mo ja comment enso de to mechanic kama enso ere ma na Friday yes edu Friday say na aya na emu den enso hono ma ye de wansem no eje emamo ye be hyase e de free eye enra eye matches ni bi etodwa amachi so bi enso etotodwa ene ebi so etoa so ye de wansem no enso eje ebrem enso e wa hanom enra matches ni bebre etodwa Barcelona enra wa bra ye di dwuma die enso ofia no na Barcelona enso e kan e di egum e de ma FC Suri enso e wa eye South Korea ye de wansem no enso de Abraham Emra Arsenal Pobo connect na ho e ma Tottenham Hotspur e bo ne kan ba ko a wantumi anti tima e Abrentia ne din e de papisa e de pega ball no enso de to atenam e ma ball no enso koye 1-0 in favor of Ayetima ne din e de Tottenham Hotspur Emra Roma e ye ne miensa e de tia tima ne din e de Kennis enso e ho so ana Villarreal en etna ho ma Genoa enso bo ne kan miensa otimu bako enso e ho Real Oviedo enso ene Villarreal sa boye eno nso eye 0-0 enso e horoma ye de enwo asem no e de emamo enso e wo show no so na mumra Facebook e oba wa like wa share ne wa comment enso de ato mechanic kama enso e de ama enso e wo dwede no so ena no pay games ni bi enso atotofo a ye de enwo asem no e de ebramo enso e wa ha Isaac Aquatic yes me da sepa se unso wo show no enso e Facebook a ye de enwo asem no e de emamo ene matches no say ana etie enso honom na elche ena no pay a watena ho ama El Ali abore kan mienu a wantumi antibi sanso ana wada brema ene Hoffenheim game no 1-0 in favor of Hoffenheim about 35 minutes a the day one sem no ade amamo 2 o'clock Crystal Palace ene Osberg ababo sanso ana Victoria de Guimaraes enso ene tima ne te ene Celta Vigo Ebobo Fortuna Ceuta enso ene Bayer Leverkusen enso di bobom tima ni dia Sporting Lisbon eboye na Benfica fo na ye ne bako e de so mu na omu Super Cup enso e ba so a ye de mu asem no enso di tudwa Benes yankwai na yemfa ensem no nhyase Real Madrid aso ye na Madrid unim se Madrid fo no e da ba betudwa se omu tworo koma eye La Liga mpanifo no se omu game against Osasuna no but that game no empanifo postponing for more na game no 19th of August this month ya ano mo bo unam se omu call Club World Cup ni nteno omu ehia rest enti omu call ya no appeal omu twa call ya na se mo mo call no empanifo no abagu se omu nyintom se omu game against Osasuna 19th no omu entu fan shada eti abana sa na Madrid for no only 26 days enso honoma omu de rest here enso na no ana Osasuna goalkeeper no fane mame Sergio Herrera Benes fane to so na meni no komo goalkeeper ni goalkeeper na so Madrid batch na omu de request say omu tun shada no empanifo na kasa omu no onu empanifo na nya adwene na Madrid decision no ono o supportive Real Madrid decision no say omo enso ebeye ebetu aseda na empanifo na nya tum de ono empanifo na nya adwene kura na ono eba na sana ha adwene omu anya ready because omu nya dress say also omu rest no mu tiru bebo game no eno ne nsema the opposition team goalkeeper no enso de aba betu dwa Newcastle aso na me kwai na Newcastle unim say omu fa chire nwa ade offer ekoma Real Madrid so omu goalkeeper Andrew Lunin no omu be for loan 3 million euros na omu boska no enso atugu ye enti eno ene nsem kakra eno so free ba enti omu bo tugu ye eno ene ma Aaron Ramsdale before kra ansa no omu ko for Aaron Ramsdale enso ede na ba ye de wan nsem no enso ede emamo enso wo no so mama Rodrigo de Gos na me ni no hu nkoma unim se abrante no Real Madrid wo no Club World Cup na abrante ni nya bi mbo na enoma nkoye emfoma no abrante Yanko. Okay, tia to so rem ade da so na madure na ho na what do go to go so mo say condition ni ye mienu ene se baako se abrante no okase obekọ a omu isi no kwan mienu ene se offer eba na se eye 100 million ana se below eye 90 de ko 100 dia omemama na so enso akwa ye de ho asem na e de ma me foran Torres na me ni no nkomo Barcelona ni no na enra game mu bo wie ye no ana abrante no di tu dwa se team no egusua improve eba ne physicalities ene technically a team no improve pa na nyame adoma next season ye be wura me players ni bi wo ma omo be important e de ma team no na afofofo no bo no ba ye no bo omo bo no enu ehu pa ye de wansam no e de ema me Marquinhos say ono e captain e de ma PSG bobo ko no fa no to soma me na abrante no wo decide say team no on film obe state team ni mu so aye the next season BM enti say eba ne sa na abrante no ne 13th seasons and 13th year a obobo e de ma aye PSG bobo ko no eno ana eda so no enso ahoro ma ye de wansam no e de ema me mame Gianluigi Donnarumma goalkeeper e de ma PSG fa no mame keeper we ne wansam aba pa yes Manchester for ni di na chi Chelsea for peno na goalkeeper we ana eba ne se eye opese okọ ne contract mu nsensem aka 1 year na o se o extend na nyame tinche se PSG for no se omobama no eye lucrative offers huge eye offer omode ma no ana se contract omode ma no eno ebe ma other clubs no po obia enya interest e wo goalkeeper no mu ana se goalkeeper no enya na adwene offer omode ma no empu opportunity na on reject enko enso ahono ma ye de wansem no ede etudwa mama Nigeria ni na ya friend Victor Osimhen no onie na we move to Galatasaray no good no I done 2029 ana branch no the contract ebobo na wie ye na ono after omuvi ede ko Galatasaray in Turkish league ni no ono abaye the most expensive footballer Turkish football history na mo no 75 million euros omuntu player bia emvan ko Turkish league ni ma ya to no 75 million euros this is Victor Osimhen ono kwa ana sa asem na na branch no ono so omu de akwakoto na ye de wansem na e de mama Denzel Dumfries de bia be di no komo say the release clause 25 million euros na endra ene beto ja say abrante no the release clause 25 ene ana expire into ukra 10 million pa ubetumi ene o makọ negotiate enso ahodoma ye de wansem no e de etudwama me Napoli abrante e fa no Miguel Guterres na fanato suma o Girona ni obode ma Girona na Napoli fo no enso ene abrante ni agent enso edi nkomo ta abrante no enso ebeba bebo edi amomo ye de wansem no edi etudwama me Kim Min-jae obo Napoli masa Victor Osimhen mo ejele no no ka ho onie Korea ni no na amasafo no enso ene ni agent no enso di nkomo so mbeba be fa branch no enso ede na ko oba Munich on sada enya bi enso embo ho no ma ye de wansam no ede emam Randall Kolomwani na mini no nkomo na kodawe Frankfurt obewura mu PSG wawura mu wo eye Juventus bobo konim na ekobo loan e ho na Jubefo no enso ene branch no agree bibia 5-year deal sa branch no be sign na wakwakobo enso de amom ntin komo twetwe no enso egusu a ekoso enso eho na Serge Aurier fanoma miye na ko mete ne catch papa Ivory Coast ni pa owura mu odot Tottenham eho na obo ya na yente ne nka na enra mu ho no ma na me hu se abrante na ko sign e de ma team ye fa ne Pasi Polish enso ewo Iran eho ana okwakobo wa sign 2 years contract enso de amom so okwakobo enso edi amoma ye de wansem na enso edi tudwa o ma Facebook abra oba na wakọ wo segboss ni Costa TV Cape Coast na wabo ache o like share na ja comment enso foto o na FIFA president Gianni Infantino fa ne Instagram page no to soma me na wakọ congratulate Enzo Fernandez say ono abaye the first player history of where we need FIFA Club World Cup assign abe we need FIFA Club FIFA World Cup ni mienu enso aho ana uko FIFA ni Aigia ɔno nso ɛde ato hɔ no ɔde Enzo Fernandez Chelsea epeja trophy no ɔde ato hɔ no ma yɛde ɛho nsɛm no ɛde ɛmama ɛno ana Enzo Fernandez enso ko hu yɛ ɔno nso ni die nie ana ɔno nso ne IG opposite to hɔ sɛ thank you Mr. President for your words thanks to Chelsea and then Argentina for this award it is ana Brentford no enso de kɔto ni page yɛde ɛho nsɛm no ɛde ɛmama mame ɛyɛ mmeranteɛ mmiɛnsa wei Arsenal Mikel Arteta confirm say omumiensa we doubtful say ye start league na samrantie mensa we ensu ebenya akwanya bɔ Gabriel Magalhaes ensu abrante baako enra mebeka wa one Ricardo Calafoli enu omu game against Tottenham mebeka say eye omuntumi embo na ne aba no che say omumiensa Julian Timber ka ho nyame yadoma season start ya omu entumi start league no enso enfama Arsenal ye de ehwo asem no ede atudwama me ebereche eze na me nim kobo na enra ene ano no nso ni release clause eye 68 million pounds no ene ano no nso expire enso ehonti Arsenal fuwe mu betumi akọ Crystal Palace na mu no makodi nkobo na branch no mafa no enso ede na ba ye de ehwo asem no ede atudwama ko Newcastle poboko nim na makodi nko na danfo bra imbomo ekọ eti ono nso se opeso free o na ono nso ekọ na emetin tase Newcastle for no ese omo all prepare offer omo type bid e dia ba no ma ba fa Brentford no so force the way out so be free team nim enso akọ na Brentford for no ese ukura won 40 million pounds Newcastle for no fam be fa enso emfa no kwa ye de enwo sem no e de atudwa make be enso de atom na Newcastle omo training ground so ana yakwa ko hu ade bi se bo ho ba na bi bo ho ana o ma church so fatu soma me na ye ni nkobo na omo bana no asema o ma twere wo so no me pese wo hu bi omo si Isaac is a poor rat as we no minim se apete kuro se kura kuro me de minim omo pese omo kire se akura no wa yi o mama masa wa ma omo insist from wa ha omo papa enti sana Isaac Newcastle supporters no enso de akobo omo training grounds ye de wansem no e de tu dwama me João Paulina they moved to Tottenham Hotspur a loan from Bayern Munich abrante ni si so na obo e de matima ne tin e de Fulham masa last 2 seasons akoda we Premier League ni popa na opo e de ma eye Fulham no ana eye suentie decision making e de ko pie mo Bayern Munich akoye enuma nkoye Tottenham Hotspur wa ba wewie loan deal wono so arba na omo say eye loan deal include omo de eye 30 million euros enso de asem say eye buy option clause eno so e de asem say emo say enye mandatory na ne salary no Tottenham Hotspur for enso ana etu e de wansam no e de etu da Chelsea for na signing abrante for ni Jesse Terry ono ene da so no Crystal Palace ni Chelsea for na kofa no enso e de ne baka omo yi team no a ye de wansam no enso e de tu da deal no omo wewe bibia enso ho no ma ye de wansam no e de tu da ma me aye Garnacho for no to so ma me ni nkobo na Chelsea for no say no moduadua chire e di akora we hu nkomo say omo be so omo hu abrante we ni suban de we sitie na omo koyo no omo say omo anya suban omo anka suban boni bia amfa akora we hu asempapa nko ana omo kafa akora no eti eno aboa ma Chelsea omo ahweke abrante no ne character ni su ene ne ban enti omo hu enti afei ana omo bedi nkomo enso de afa abrante no a ye de ho asem no edi to dwama me Mark Guai na me ni nkomo Chelsea ni abrante no omo de number load to aye Sunderland or kwakobo enso edi omo dachi obesampa no aba besia kan edi ama Chelsea edi ho asem no edi to Gabriel Agbalaho Mikel Arteta oni excuses bia ne 6 season ana oba we wura no enti oni excuses bia yato eye 200 million pounds plus ana ye de amount member me excuse bia se ene enoma nkoye ana mpia we sesia no mo so ma to plus 22 eye 200 million pounds e de amount for adwuma no for plus for ye adwuma Naji trophies member MMO story na last season ulusu eye 10 points e de ma the league leaders Liverpool yentie insema Gabriel Agbalaho e kan e de chere Mikel Arteta.
I think he can be forgiven if it's a tight loss to Liverpool or Manchester City. Last season they lost by 10 points. Could have been 16, 17, 18 points if Liverpool didn't go to Dubai for a jolly up during the end of the season. Arne Slot went to Ibiza. So Arsenal were miles off it last season. Yes, people might say Arsenal were resting players for the Champions League, but to finish 10 points behind Liverpool, no one expected that at the start of the season.
What is expected then from an Arsenal side that are spending money?
When you look at what they've spent, Andy, 200 million, Kepa 5 million, Zubamendi 51, Norgard 16, Madueke 52, Mosquera 13 million, and Gyökeres 63.5.
Let me ask you, out of those players, how many do you think will start? How many are squad players?
How many in that team start? Zubamendi,
Gyökeres?
yeah, Gyökeres, and maybe Madueke will force himself into the starting.
Where, on the left?
Yeah,
Okay.
because Martinelli and Trossard.
So 2, maybe 3.
Yes. But you know what's crazy about Arsenal? And you talk about Liverpool, they've got such a great squad of players, and Man City and Chelsea. This is Arsenal's squad for each position. Right backs, Timber and White. Centre halves, Saliba, Kivior, Gabriel, Mosquera. Obviously, Raya and Kepa. That's a great second choice goalkeeper in Kepa. Left back, Luis Skelly, Calafiori. So that defence is sorted.
Yeah,
Cover in that position.
really, really strong.
Yeah, Zubamendi and Norgard. You say Norgard, okay player, but that's your 2 sitters. You say 6s. Then you've got Odegaard and Ranieri, Rice and Marino. That's cover 4 players for 2 positions.
Yeah.
Then on the right, you've got Saka, and cover you've got Madueke. On the left, you've got Martinelli, cover you've got Trossard. And down the middle, you've got Gyökeres, cover Havertz and Jesus. That is a strong squad of players.
And the problem that Arsenal had last season was they didn't have cover.
Exactly. Saka got injured, and you had Sterling, who wasn't performing. So you look at that squad of players, and I don't want to hear no excuses, because your players do get injured in that squad of players. You've got just as good cover.
I get the feeling that Arsenal fans are sort of split 50-50 as to whether or not they think Arteta's the right man to win the Premier League. You can't keep going and keep going and keep going and not say we need to win the Prem. I'm not saying they should win it. I'm saying they need to win it.
Of course.
Right?
If Arsenal lose the Premier League to Liverpool, Manchester City by 3-4 points, no one's going to say, Arteta needs to get the sack, hasn't won the Premier League. Shocking.
No, but if
it's double figures again,
then
it's
and
time.
If they're 4th or 5th,
yes.
I don't think they could afford to be leapfrogged again like they were with Liverpool.
And if you're losing the title by double figures again, I think there's questions then.
Okay, so
need answering.
Let's make a little note, right?
Okay, way and sama Gabriel Agbala and so can Emra Tottenham and Arsenal game no eba so eba na wie ye ana touch Edman Tottenham Hotspur Thomas Frank and so ebo Kudus about to say Emra Kudus masa eno obodwuma abrante no na Emra oye top class player yinti sama Thomas Frank e kan Edifa Mohamed Kudus Ghana ni no
what he kind of offers to the team.
Yeah, I think he was really good today. Kudus, I think his hold-up play and taking care of the ball, getting out of tricky situations, his one-on-one skills, creating opportunities for the team, I think was top class. And on top of that, I think he's working extremely hard. There was one recovery run from a set piece where he was sprinting all the way back. I can't remember which one Arsenal player it was, and then won the ball back. And that just helped the team so much. So he will make a lot of the fans be very excited with his offensive actions.
Way and some Tottenham coach no and so the two damame Jadon Sancho na me no nkomo akoda we eba Manchester of Dortmund eba Manchester United obenenam wa enuma koye ana afei amode no call loan back to Dortmund okoye no de Dortmund and so eko final na okutwitwa no wa na Real Madrid da Cup no from Sam ana oba back to Manchester oba no ana Chelsea for no and so kwaji no loan oba upon home de na ebobo Chelsea momuji Conference League Chelsea for no show interest koda we omo sign no na omo sign na omo kotena ho ne akoda no di nkomo se an obegia tum na wa bebo onti ni sika so o si o no pan de 250,000 in the onte so Chelsea for no say ne onte so dia ene odogo bye bye ye ja kwan wa ko sky de Manchester de 25 in the is ye betua na akoda no so say onte so ana Chelsea for di ja no kwan Chelsea for ko fa Jamie by ne Gittins edene baye no mo de ne baye afi na akoda we Sancho afi onye timu bo ba bi oboko bia enoma fa na nyamete ne kire se Manchester for no Sancho say afi de waje atum se ni sika no obeto so 50% and I'm say why who 25 years enti nyamete ne se Dortmund for no ensa ababot so mo ba ba ja brand no enso edena kwa ede wansem no e de atu dwama me Xavi Simons na me ni no ko Ivory Legend abrantie na Chelsea fo no ani di na chi ama akoda no afrechire wan abene nam Stamford Bridge sa kro na fa no to suma me onie na akoda na ye desperate say Chelsea team no enua no bobo team bia no bobo na nyamete Chelsea fo no ese akoda no ni sika no Elizabeth fo no epese o mede to no o se o mu fo so o mu tiska no so na akoda na aka 2 years e won contract so di o mu tiska no so 60 to 70 no ombo mutu so ansa no mo enso diska ko personal tips ne de enye problem kura enso ono ma ye de wan asem no e de tudwama me Paulo Dybala na Benfica fo na ba Paulo Dybala won say omo prepare offer proposal e de no ya coming days e mra de de enemy omo hwe so mo de sa office no enso e baba e de wan asem no e de tudwa anti Rebic obo esimlan kakra fa no to soma na mini kobo na akwara ofuri eye Croatia na nyametinya se kuntunuane a na chira na ko di odi nani achirem back to Croatia ho na okusina kan edema Hajduk Split enso ho na omoji no free eye lechefo no ho no ma ono nso edi nani achirem ho na Barcelona so e na me koi Gavi ono Barcelona bo game ono ebo second half obaye no ono bobo captaincy armband no na me nyametinya se omo se eye Oceans so akura we betumi abaye captain edema team no eye high enti omo hwe se ono enso beba abaye captain edema team no enro ofisi akan ni bi ofiri ba second half ono bebo captaincy amban na ye de nwasem no edi tudwama me Barcelona omo president eye João Laporta aha fana to suma me na me ni nkoba na o se ono Barcelona for omo eye achievement de ede o mani so mo be nyame anu 2025 2026 no Champions League so mo be win Champions League eno ne nsem kakra club president enso ede atudwa ye de wansem no ede atudwa me ko Manchester bobo konim na Lisandro Martinez onie o player afi anakura no enso eye training ana afi so Joshua Zexi fanama me ono nso afi ono nso recover enso ababo ede Manchester ono nso a recover oye training light training ana ono nso ansana Andy Onana for mu yanu Zexi enie ana afi Onana so enso ebaba omu start training na enye team training omu mu personal training na ye de on asem no ede mama Nottingham Forest for omu coach no no me ni komo ose ono ope 5 new players ede aka ni team no na ope so shemu kena na nyame aduma season ye we wuro mi ono nso ebo no homodene se obeye bibi enso e wo league nim enso ho enti Nottingham Forest Nuno Espirito Santo bana so fa no to soma me na me ni nkomo papa no ni tiri wa pa ana o shane space kama onie na ono last season na nko e kakra bi mo wa bo Champions League ana buka so Chelsea for no share omu firim etisa ana etie Florent Wirtz to Liverpool omu wie ye no ene endo a o ma confirm say abrante ne be share jersey number 7 banis fato so na new players no ono be share 7 Luis Diaz jersey na wajagu ono Florent Wirtz ehye ansana Milos Kerkis enso ehye jersey number 6 for no so to so mame na meni won komo ansana Hugo Ekitike ono so ebe share jersey number 22 entisa enso ana ekoso enso eho na abrante for no Jaro Hato enano pay oya no medicals e de ma Chelsea na wasen sign the contract enso e de omoma ye de wasem no e de etutwa enso eho amana nsem ne de dotson de di se fata se wote ana mede amamo no ye betwa ye ho aba ye ba na mede afisem no enso e de guo e de amamo na ye di nkomo e de afa GFA ensem a ekoso enso eho sponsorship a umanya ye ba ne ye di hu nkomo sisia. Obia kwa be man Fambra Central Sports Arena live on Coastal Television. Ewo o digital box no so ana digital TV no channel 514. Facebook is so live. And so hold on oba no like wa share no we comment there to YouTube. And so live ye chance here the Ghana Football Association enra APL omo enya sponsorship Adiza Production Limited and so ebebo Ghana Football Association say ye Ghana Premier League no omo enso ebebo kase na omo diska enso e de aba be shem na enra omo edi dwumedie no launch ye no ana get ES Okreku enso ese Ghana Premier League clubs no obia ebenya 1 million Eddie Abobo no ho ahead of season omo enso ebe chase yintin sem a ket ES Okreku enso edi tubia.
What does this mean? It means our matches will no longer be games. There will be high value content capable of being marketed, broadcast and monetized to support the long growth of our clubs. Through this initiative and in partnership with Adisa Productions Limited, the private sector, and with the full backing of the current government, we aim to make football in Ghana not just a passion, but a viable economic enterprise. I didn't see my clubs clapping. I said, I didn't see my clubs. As part of our new approach, and through this unique partnership with Adisa Productions, each one of our GPL clubs will, before the start of the league season, receive the amount of 1 million Ghana cedis each. Please, some silence. Where are my clubs? Okay. So, I will repeat what I said in case I'm saying that before the start of the season, each one of you would receive 1 million Ghana cedis. And this will be made possible through the new partnership. This will be our minimum payment for each of our GPL clubs under this new model.
And so Erituga, oh, no, or twice so a canon some say, I say, so Muguso, and so a young man say, Bibia, and so ever survival, and I ever now critique environment, and so a competitive. Yintin some cat.
What we have done is, we are no longer asking clubs to simply survive. We are creating an environment where you can compete, where you can grow, and where each one of you can flourish. One where clubs can not only rely or retain their best players, but even attract new ones from beyond our borders. The talent of Ghanaian players is indeed undisputed. Why should Ghanaian footballers have to leave to be appreciated? Why? When we can make this league a destination in itself. Now is the time. It is now or never. We may not be able to match the multi-million-dollar deals offered by external clubs, but we can make our clubs so attractive that our players will face a difficult decision when faced with the prospect of leaving Ghana. As many of you know, I have been hands-on, visiting the regions and our clubs to know you and to know your challenges so we can direct our efforts to where your needs are greatest. I know that many times some face unimaginable choices. For example, whether to buy new shoes for the team or saving some to rent a comfortable bus for our games. That is the reality for many of our clubs in the JPL. But today, we take a stand to say never again, no more. We are changing that narrative through this partnership today. We have listened to your concerns, and this initiative is our direct response to those voices that have been crying out for that change through the kind courtesy of the government and Adesa Productions and your own Ghana Football Association.
Way and some cat years of Kreku Edituga. We no say last season teams no omu kwa munyenye pa omu kwa munyenye pray na ono waye bi obe bia anti nyame ayatom esia no season wo bekom no enwuma enye te say last season nti sama cat years of Kreku Edituga.
Really hard. We've been engaging and we've been looking for solutions to our problems. And I think that today is the day we've been waiting for. I know that my clubs went through torrid time last year, and I drove my heart out to them for going through the season without the needed support. I appreciate their patience, but here we are here today. And when a few years ago I spoke about igniting passion and creating wealth, I'm sure we did not get the full picture, but today we have a clear picture of our clear intent to create wealth and to share with everybody, with support from the private sector and from the president and his government. I think that today marks a big step, a bold statement from the Football Association, joining hands with Adesa Productions to bring quality content using our football into the hearts and minds of millions of Ghanaians. I am super excited.
Now, 1 million Ghana cedi being given to the clubs, how impactful will that be for them at the start of the season?
Well, I think that is a bold statement. That equates to about $95,000 per club for a start. I have said that will be the minimum payment, $95,000 plus minus dollars, and I think that the clubs will be happy. The idea is to give and offer the clubs the needed resources to reorganize their clubs, to scout football quality, and to be very, very competitive. And I'm sure that when we launch the season itself on the 11th, we will give further and better particulars about this amazing relationship. Thank you.
Mr. President, the big statement of the Chief of Staff to get a museum, you feel it is a perfect opportunity to start, thinking around it and engaging stakeholders to wanting to get it materialized any moment soon?
Well, it's a confirmation of the vision of the government to support sports and to support football for that matter. And I think that the Chief of Staff being here lays credence to their intent, and it is something that we appreciate, and I think that we are all committed towards this cause, and I'm happy the government is very committed towards this cause. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we and some Ket, yes, Ghana Football Association President, Editu Ghana Ket is out to us to say, Omukuso, a prize structure, Omo and so Ebama, a club, or no Ebezi, based on Mudibama clubs, based on the league log now, Omu League now, based on the league log now. Omuhiska prizes are omode ever come home. Yinti some markets.
Here's something we are very excited about. We are working on a prize structure that rewards every club based on your league position at the end of the season, and not just the champions. Whether you place first or you are 18th at the end of the league season, your effort your performance, your participation will yield financial benefit. For every game will now matter in our JPL. Every position will count. Igniting passion, creating wealth for all of you. Indeed, this new model brings meaning to every JPL game. It keeps the competitive spirit alive throughout the season. This is a system rooted in merit, but also in equity. What we have done is, we are no longer asking clubs to simply survive. We are creating an environment where you can compete, where you can grow, and where each one of you can flourish. One where clubs can not only rely or retain their best players, but even attract new ones from beyond our borders. The talent of Ghanaian players is indeed undisputed.
Okay, way and some cats here so kreku editu dwa na ye ko majority leader parliament house honorable mama Ayariga enso ekakakra editu so say omuno enso support no parliamentarians na wo de yentie kakra ono so de tosu
and ensuring that the gap between passion and resources is bridged. Let me also note that this is a model that respects sustainability, not dependency. So let me assure you that Parliament is with you. We will not hesitate to legislate to support you if you need us.
And some majority leader our Parliament on also edited Honorable Mama Ayariga as the toss on sports minister Honorable Kofi Adams. Also kakakra say Honorable Mama Ayariga ama adwuma no ayi easy e dia ma no e ba no as a sports minister yentie
4/7 somebody will ask what time has he to sleep, because you all remember when His Excellency the President was swearing us in, he indicated he didn't envy my job at all. But whilst he was saying so, I knew I had a lot of people I would depend on to make the work easier. And Honorable Mahama Ayariga was one and has been one.
Okay, way and some sports minister, Honorable Kofi Adams, and so the two that away no or say and yes, omu koye omu be ye dwumaden ana ama yetumi qualify for World Cup na emo no omu make sure say your league no e be competitive na asanso aye attractive yenti sama sports minister.
This aligns with our broader strategy to leverage private sector investment to transform sports, especially football, which remains, and we all know, our national passion. I've heard some tell me, you can do well in every sport, but make sure that we qualify for the World Cup also. If we don't, you are in trouble. It tells you what football does in our homes. By what we are doing today, we are telling them we are not only going to work hard to qualify for the World Cup, but we are going to make sure that our leagues become competitive and attractive. It is also consistent with our national sports policy, positioning sports as a catalyst for economic development, youth employment, and international branding. Ladies and gentlemen, for far too long, our football clubs have operated on shoestring budgets, relying heavily on limited government subvention and occasional sponsorship. This has often meant compromise of what? Standards. They don't work to standards. Dwindling enthusiasm and a mass exodus of our finest talent to foreign leagues. Indeed, we just returned from Morocco. And one interesting thing I observed, some of the teams we came against had 6 or more players all playing in one club in their various countries. So they have played together, they understand each other. It wasn't only the camping period that they had opportunity to play together. But because our league system is not that strong, you have to pick players from individual clubs. And so if you don't get enough time to put them together, it becomes a challenging situation for you. And I know this partnership we launched today is also aimed at solving these problems. So our national team...
We and some sports minister, Honorable Kofi Adams, Edituga, Obreno, and I say, I say, and you say, you enough place, and as a place, you go a league in Nobomono, or say you to me poor the national teams, you know, because your leg, you know, a system, no, and said that, and you're strong. You see some Honorable Kofi Adams, Edituga.
Had 6 or more players all playing in one club in their various countries. So they have played together, they understand each other. It wasn't only the camping period that they had the opportunity to play together. But because our league system is not that strong, you have to pick players from individual clubs. And so if you don't get enough time to put them together, it becomes a challenging situation for you. And I know this partnership we launched today is also aimed at solving these problems. So our national teams will have to... Ladies and gentlemen, let's just imagine a league where every club begins the season with operational funds, as have been announced by the president. I know it's going to do a lot of changes for you.
Okay, we and some opinion Edituga. Now, your co-chief of staff, Honorable Julius Dabra, and so a true challenge. And I'm a GFA Ket, President Ket Okreku said, on establishing Ghana Football Museum. Honorable Bob Place in the or say Robert Mensa and Mohamed Polomo, Jomubaya, you know, Yinti and Sama, Honorable Julius Dabra, and so I can edit the Ket.
Football Museum. Because we have mysterious stories like there was a gentleman known as Infum who could kick a shot to torn net. What if you go look for the remnants of the torn net to be displayed and say, go to the Ghana Football Museum and see the net, the remnant of the net that Infum damaged. We've also heard stories about a goalkeeper known as Robert Mensah, and he had been described as being so skillful like a cat. And amazingly, he used to have a cooling high cap that throughout 90 minutes, he would still have the cap on and the cap would not fall. And they used to say it's juju or some mystical thing. How about Ket, you're going to look for that mystical cooling high from his family and say, come to the museum and take a look at Robert Mensah's cooling high. We heard a story about the dribbling wizard, Mohamed Polo, who could dribble from pole 1 to pole 2 without anybody stopping him. I'm sure when we go to him and then we say, can you give us some of the equipment you use, the apparels, your jersey, your football, we want to display it, that this was the boot the man used to dribble all the players to score some goals. So take it up. We'll look for the corporate organizations to back you up. And I'm sure we can get...
We are some chief of staff, Honorable Julius Dabra, and so Ekaye. Now, you could receive Chipsa, or no, a PFAG, and Perifono Kao. Now, Chipsa say, you use or see your local company, or see, we a local company, or Bababwa. Now, your foreign companies, no, or Maba, na, Omu, Puvi, na, Ojidia, APL, and so every year, Manapa. You think some Chipsa, Ekaye.
Yes, I am, but I think this is rather the second achievement or the second item that the FA has brought on board. The first one was the announcement of the standard contract a couple of weeks ago. That is a plus, and we commend them for that. This is a great achievement for the fact that they are bringing Adesanya Production Limited on board. For me, I applaud them and I commend them because this is our own. This is a local company. We've been using foreign companies for some time now without any improvement. So for the fact that we are turning to a Ghanaian company, that tells a lot. That tells us that we actually believe in our own capabilities, and we believe they can do their job. The second point is, he also mentioned that every club will receive 1 million Ghana cedis at the beginning of the season. That is a big plus, and they need to be applauded for that. But from the PFAG, or from a body that protects the right and interests of players, we would also want or prefer that attention is a bit shifted, taking the welfare of players into consideration. I mean, it should be involved in the package. So out of the 1 million that should go to clubs, we would want to propose that a component of it is kept in an account at the FA, and that is paid to players directly from the FA at the end of every month. Because what we've been seeing for the past, I mean, this is not the first time that clubs are getting money, or this is not the first time that FA is advancing money to clubs. We've seen that in the past. But still, we used to have outstanding payments of player salaries, which runs into a couple of months. So, out of experience, we would recommend and suggest to the FA that a component of this 1 million is kept at the FA account and then paid directly to players at the end of every month. With that, we are assured and guaranteed that that amount of money goes to the players at the end of the month. So if even salaries from their clubs should delay, the players have money to keep them running. This will also go a far way to curtail or minimize.
Way and some you see Alasa Chipsa and so the two Ghana coach Masokunodu and no so ho. Honestly, and easy say Ube only club na Ube manage Premier League team. It's a year and easy kra na the initiatives here a penfone taken on Ebeboa club owners. Yeti sama coach Masokunodu attitude.
I think we have to commend the FA and Adesanya Production. I think it's a good initiative, very, very good. You see, this has been long overdue. These are the interventions that can, really support our game. And once it has started, I think that a lot of youth will be supported, and it will go a long way to, help the average Ghanaian player.
Well, in terms of competition, I feel the league is competitive, and I'll argue on any other day that it is. I mean, the players in particular, putting them on screen and getting publicized to the world, in terms of competitiveness, what are you want to see in the next campaign?
One thing that I'm happy about, a lot of clubs have come up today, but the most important thing is how to finance it. It's not easy. To own and manage a Premier League team is not an easy thing. So these are the initiatives that will support the club owners. And at the end of the day, it goes down to help the communities. The youth that are in the community will definitely benefit. So I'm happy for this initiative.
Finally, that amount that's going to the clubs, even before the league commences, what do you think will do to the league and club owners?
Once again, I would say that the average salary of the Ghanaian footballer will definitely improve. And this is what we all cry for. I'm happy for this initiative. It's a very good one, and it will support our sports, and especially football.
Thank you very much.
Coach Masokunodu and so the two Ghana. Emmanuel Ajimabedu, a former Blasters player. And also a Kagakra, who say, sir, APL partnership, a class financially.
Country, especially in our league.
You can see a lot of smiles on my face this morning, and it's a big relief for the clubs and for the players as well. Some weeks ago, you saw the AFA have a collaboration with the PFAG for player standard salary, and this will cushion a lot for the clubs. This will bring a well-being of my colleagues, and to so that it will help us to keep our good players, so that we can lure a lot of supporters to the stadium. You could. Let's.
Emmanuel Ajumabadu, Anna Martin Kano, Owe no Twaso, a man women's football no. Na Obo Ayeket, GFA for Obo Mabasupa.
But you know, for the past 2 years, the FA have done a great job when it comes to women's football, and that has manifested, and that's what you've seen now. I've been visiting some of the clubs, watching some of the games, and you could see they have done a great job. We can do more, but where they have started, I think if things are going on well, we need to commend the FA for what they have done, and that is what have happened, that we could see that the Black Queens have done that great job. They deserve every accolade they are receiving right now, and whatever the government wants to do for them, you appreciate that. Let's start from somewhere. Now that we have gathered a lot of sponsorship for the Ghana Premier League for the men, I think gradually they will get something for the women too, so that at long last, where we want our football to be, the game will go there. I'm very happy, and the GFA have done a great job in the women's football. You see how the Queens have the kind of job they did in Morocco is the work of the GFA they started 2 years ago, and we are urging on them to keep going and to get a lot of sponsorship for the women, so that we can get a lot of quality in our national teams.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, wait, and then some Emmanuel Ajumabadu and Koba Onunsu Edi oni yonua abeku ochire enso twetwe nkoma yensa enso aka bi GH1 enso na yenko 1991 and 17 World Cup winner goalkeeper the friend Ali Jara ono say amai mama mun twan na former players no and as obi a wa bɔ ho mɔden agye cup de amɔ man no enwu mfira so ansana matwotwo tribute o say anya mu nkwampa obi a oye Ghana ni as a whole no munka otiase a munya bibi bi oni hu mamu ntwa ma ni wu na mu ntwotwo tribute akese emfa ema no na mamu ntwa ema ono so onwu na ono okọ difficulties mu pa yeti sama Ali Jara goalkeeper former goalkeeper edema blaster.
All that I'm pleading for, Ghanaians should put themselves into my shoes for 32 good years. When you have a child and you locked him in a room for 32 years, ask yourself, how would the child be? Put the child on the desert without giving him water to struggle. How would the child feel? Did Ghanaians want something bad? I am a Muslim. I'm not afraid of death because every Muslim knows there is death. If tomorrow I'm gone, I think the tributes which will be read will be full of hopes and glory and honor to what I've done for the nation. I've been the only player since Ghana football started who swaps a goalkeeper, not a player who have swapped all awards in the country. And I play football for only 3 years. Why would this happen to me? I think, you can ask this question severally. I'm not a type who come out and say things on his own. No. I think when the time comes and the right authority calls, they know exactly what they must do to wipe a tear from someone's face. I know the president of the nation, Your Excellency, is a good listener. I know he will do the needful. I pray for long life for him, and I'm waiting for that day for me to see Your Excellency. I'm honored to have you, Joy FM, to at least come and listen to my sorrows and my cries. I'm most grateful to Joy FM, and I'm waiting for the day I will get an invite to the president to call upon me through the minister.
Okay, wait, and some Ali Jara, and so the two guys, Joy News, Joy for Sports for no, and then Common Kochaya, yes, you get the airport area. So, we not say, or appeal at President John Dramani Mama, say, or Sedana, or maybe upon a new one. 32 good years, or Jabo no 17 years. Injury. Now, a new man koye, it's your mom. Say on okay, yeah, sure. Jara, the end. Well, say no new ready. Na young Koyedim na and Fama Dia. Ghana Prosper Harrisonado and so any APL partnership
development and progress, and so we must forge on progressively. Going forward, we are taking new steps. And on this new path, we are forming a joint venture, and to use this joint venture vehicle to then advance our production, marketing, and indeed how we watch our league. I'm proud to announce that the Ghana Football Association has formed a partnership with Adesa Production Limited, and this partnership will be the new vehicle through which we will produce, market, and enhance our Premier League, the Ghana Premier League. So this new vehicle is called the Ghana Premiership Football Company Limited. Through this company, we will have enhanced benefit for clubs in the league, overhead burden, which is the huge cost. That's why I'm in white today, because there's a huge cost that comes with the management of the league. And so once you get a partner or a partnership that will take some of this burden away, I must be in white. Indeed, production, we have quality production, and then broadcast.
Okay, I know now. Your friends see what happened because King George on Facebook was watching you live. Okay, I will talk. Okay, George Mirasi Chia, Papa Duba. I say maintaining can. I want maintaining can. Kotoko, and so your sponsorship na. But you Monday, Anna and also Alpha Lotto of King Step Group of Company. Aha. And so no Kotoko nka mo beba precision a year keep her. Yemetin just say Oma a cancel sa a year trip no. Omu ebo mu Kumasi for a year top 4 tournament and also ebe koso and so and some person the moment ye for dwuma bi e wo joy what I say eti nyame aduma achina ye baba ye 12 o'clock pm ye betena ye de akudie mu sem e de abramu e kopim say 2 and so ebebo and so and eti wo hwe mu ye and Friday ye ntufu de ne mu no wo nante a na wa hwe wana mu ye yan na enya baby say oko na mchia chairman Stephen Kojo Ahen we ono NPP yes Cape Coast North omo constituency chairman and chairman ene anope mchia enso oba Coastal Television so chairman Stephen Kojo Ahen we anope mchia good morning chairman ene mchia ewie na yedi enkomo enso ti yedi si Bidian Collins afane Benis etwaso edi amamo ewo joy na yakopeke bibi enso efuro edi abramo enso nyame aduma ochina obeti yenka yakram